Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to do a quick unboxing of the Xiaomi Mix Fold 4. Now you can pick this one up online. I'll throw the link up in the description. The price on this one starts at $1,500. Alright, so let's get right into it. First things first, shout out to White Shoes, back in the building.
I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes.
Calm down. Okay, Samsung Knights. I need y'all to stand down and stand by. The Xiaomi warlords are in the building. And let me say this. This phone right here, okay? Samsung, we got a problem. Let's go through the specs real quick. Now this one comes in 4 different colors. You got white, black, blue, and carbon fiber. For the main display, you got a 7.98-inch AMOLED panel with a resolution of 2224 by 2488. Now that's 418 for the PPI Patrol. You got HDR10 Plus, Dolby Vision, up to 3000 nits brightness, and a 120 Hz refresh rate. Now for the cover display, you got a 6.56-inch AMOLED panel with a resolution of 1080 by 2520. You also got 3000 nits brightness and a 120 Hz refresh rate. Now the phone is IPX8 water resistant, and the weight is 226 grams. That makes this one of the thinnest and lightest foldable phones in the market. For the processor, you got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Generation 3 with the Adreno 750 GPU. Now, what does that mean in English? Flagship specs, bro. Flagship specs. Now, you got 12 or 16 gigs of RAM, 256, 512, or 1 terabyte of storage, no micro SD card slot for expandable memory. Now, it's running Android 14 with HyperOS skin on top. Now, check this out. You got a 5,100 milliamp battery that features 67 watt fast charge. Samsung, pay attention. 67 watt fast charge. That means you can charge this phone from 0 to 30% in 10 minutes. And 0 to 100% in 40 minutes. Now you also got 50 watt fast wireless charge. Samsung, pay attention. 50 watt fast wireless charge. What does that mean? You could charge this phone faster wirelessly than you can your Z Fold 6 wired. That's incredible. Now for the cameras, okay, check this out. On the rear, you got a quad setup. So you got a 50 megapixel wide angle, 50 megapixel telephoto, a 10 megapixel periscope telephoto, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. Now you can shoot 8K video at 24 frames per second and 4K video at 60 frames per second. On the front, you got a 16 megapixel camera and you can shoot 1080p, 60 frames per second. And on the second outer display camera, you also got a 16 megapixel wide angle lens, and you can shoot 1080p 60 frames per second video. Now you got dual stereo speakers that feature Snapdragon sound. Of course, you got Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, NFC, always on display, face unlock. You got a side mounted fingerprint sensor. You got an IR blaster, and you got second space, also known as thought protection. All right, so all of that for $1,500. Let's unbox it and see what it is. Now, shout out to Xiaomi for sending me one of these to review. I didn't know they was going to send it, so of course I went out and bought my own. So I've been using this all week, and I'm going to say it again. Samsung Knights, we got a serious problem. Okay, we got a serious problem. Now, as far as the unboxing experience, let's grab a little unboxing knife. We got the West Side Story today. Right. Let's check this out. Let's get in there a little deep. Right. Okay. And one quick side note, if my voice sounds a little funny, I'm just getting my voice back from vacation. I've been yelling and screaming at the Olympics all week. Y'all know how it goes. Okay, Xiaomi Mix Fold 4. Now, Samsung, pay attention to this presentation. Once you unbox it, matter of fact, real quick, check this out. High res, okay? High res audio, Snapdragon sound, okay? So if you got your GOP earbuds, you're going to like this. Mix Fold 4. Okay, inside, little card right here. Okay, now this is a little collector's edition card. Okay, this is going to be your device. This is the kind of presentation that I want to see if I drop $1,500. First of all, you got the 67 watt fast charging brick in the box. Okay, Samsung, Google, Apple, nothing, Motorola, Sony, fucking Sony. The charger in the box. You also got charging cable. Okay, this is going to be USB-A to USB Type-C. No reason to take that out all the way. And one of my main gripes, the Galaxy Fold. no case, okay? This right here, you get a nice little case right here. Check this out. Ooh, the case has a little textured feel to it. Okay, let's see, a little outer display case too. Okay, now just a little frame, but still, you spend $1,500. You want some protection right out of the gate. Okay, so beautiful presentation. Now let's take a look at the actual device. I think this is the blue one. Okay, check this out. Peel this off. Right. Let's get a little wipe down. And bang, check this out. The Xiaomi Mix Fold 4. Samsung Knights. Okay, this one is hurting us. This one is kind of hurting us. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. If it wasn't for Samsung with the software, Samsung is winning in the software department. Not to mention, you got the S Pen. You get the 7 years of updates. And one of the things that I gotta mention whenever you're buying these Chinese foldable devices, you gotta look at the big picture. Now, when I did my Galaxy Z Fold 6 review, I said it was pound for pound the best. That doesn't mean the absolute best. I mean pound for pound. Pound for pound. Because if you live in the USA and you buy this phone for $1,500 and you damage your display, you can't just roll up in Best Buy. You can't just roll up in AT&T and exchange it for a new one. So you got to look at the big picture. Not to mention, if you plan on keeping this for 2-3 years, Samsung is guaranteeing you 7 years of updates. Who knows what you're going to get with these Chinese phones? But if you're like me and you're a phone enthusiast and you're just buying phones every year, and who cares about the upgrades, who cares about the warranties and all of that? This right here, this is a beast. All right, so let me pause the video, set everything up, and then we'll walk through the OS. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, y'all, so we back in. First, let's talk hardware. When it comes to the hardware, I would say that the Xiaomi Mix Fold 4 is my favorite built foldable device yet. Let me tell you why. Let's talk about the weight. Now, the only one that I don't have right now is the Honor Magic V3. That's coming soon. But the Pixel Fold, 283 grams. The Vivo X Fold 3, 236 grams. The OnePlus Open, 239 grams. The Galaxy Z Fold 6, 239 grams. And the Xiaomi Mix Fold 4, 226 grams. And 4.59 millimeters thin. This phone right here. Now, according to the specs on paper, I think the Honor is the same thinness and the same weight as this. But in hand, okay, if somebody just gave you this phone and put it in your hand, you wouldn't even think that it was a fold. It feels so light and so thin. It feels like holding a Galaxy S24 Ultra just like this. If somebody told you that it was a fold, you'd be like, how? How? And they said, look, just go like this. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So the build quality is why I'm putting this as my favorite built foldable device right now. As far as the hardware goes on the ingress protection, you got IPX8. Okay, so it is water resistant, not too heavy, okay, but it's going to get you through the normal splashes and day-to-day events. Now, like I said, this is my first day back from vacation, so y'all got to bear with me. On the back, check this out. You got quad cameras. And again, let me pull this out one more time. This is one of my gripes with the Galaxy, okay? We don't have flagship cameras. The cameras on your Galaxy S24 Ultra are killing this. Why not give us the best cameras that you can get on a foldable device? With Xiaomi, you got the quad camera setup, so you're not going to have no problems with the camera. On the back, you got this frosted glass feel, no fingerprints. Now, some people are saying that this one is more prone to scratches. We'll see in time how that goes, but as of right now, you're going to love this satin feel on the back. On one side, this is going to be a power button, which also doubles as your fingerprint sensor, which is ultra responsive. Look at that. Try to do it without touching it. Bang, let's do 3 in a row. Bang. It's so fast. Like, as soon as you put your thumb there, it's going to open. Okay, so excellent biometrics. Okay, there's your volume up and down. On the top, IR blaster. Now, y'all hear me gripe about this all the time. IR blaster. And I just came back from vacation. I can tell you a funny story how the IR blaster saved me. Saved my vacation again. IR blaster. On this side, you got your aluminum hinge. Okay. On the bottom, SIM tray, speaker grill, USB Type-C charging slot. And again, look at the thinness. Okay, look at the thinness. Okay, now real quick, let's talk about outer display. Here's another one of my gripes. Let's get a little wipe down. Now, I've been going back and forth in the comment section. A lot of people saying that they actually like this, but I don't know how. I don't know how you could actually prefer this outer display over something like this. This is a full-size outer display. Same thing with the Vivo, same thing with OnePlus, same thing with everything else. This is the only company that makes this slim, narrow outer display. And I'm not buying that one-hand use. I'm not buying that excuse because you could get one-hand use with this. Okay, just look at the difference. I look at the difference. Again, Samsung is winning with the software. Okay, Samsung is winning with the software. And every time I use this phone, I use this case right here. So it kind of makes it feel a little wider, but it's not. But it's not. Okay, again, back to the biometrics. Look at the face unlock, Samsung. This is how face unlock is supposed to work. Let's do one more. Bong. Okay, now I'm not going to look at it. Look over, bong, just like that. Xiaomi makes one of the supreme biometric phone devices. Let me say that one more time. Xiaomi makes the best biometrics, okay? Xiaomi, Vivo, the biometrics, you're not going to have any issues. You're not going to be going like this, looking 100 times. It's going to work every single time. Okay, now, real quick, outer display, everything works. Swipe down, here's all your quick toggles. Okay, if you go to settings. Now, matter of fact, we could do this with the screen open. Look at this. Bang. Now, one thing I will say though, people have been asking me to show this, the crease. Now, you got to remember, okay, this is 2024. We're not in in 2039 yet, okay? You're going to see some crease. There's no foldable device on the market that you're not going to see some crease. You're going to see some crease. And the only time that you're really going to notice this crease is like right now. If you're on a page that's all white, you might notice a little crease. And that's only because I'm holding the phone at an angle like this. But when you're holding it in front of you like this, you're not going to notice that crease. Okay? And if you do notice it, it's not going to be enough that's going to get on your nerves. Trust me. Okay? Now, let's go to settings real quick. Let's see, do we? Now, do we need to really go? Matter of fact, yeah, why not? Because a lot of y'all say y'all want to see the settings. Okay, so let's make sure we connect it to Wi-Fi. Okay, let me switch over to my other Wi-Fi. Hold up. All right, so before I go too deep, let me answer one of the questions that I know somebody's going to ask. Will this phone work in the USA? Now, as you can see, I turned my Wi-Fi off. I'm on AT&T with 5G. Now, let's do a quick test phone call. Okay, so I'm going to call myself up from one of my trap numbers. Phone is ringing. Okay, so no issues at all. And as you can see, AT&T. Now, I'm going to connect back to the Wi-Fi. All right, so let's go through some of the basic stuff. We'll take it over to these settings. Now, if you swipe down, here's all your quick toggles. And if you swipe over, there's your notifications. Okay, you see my white shoes was calling me? Okay. So all your notifications. And again, you swipe back over, you got your quick toggles, which of course, you can edit at your leisure. No need to go through all of those. Let's go through some of the settings. Okay, so you got my device. Okay, now you got features for foldable devices. So you got your floating windows. You see if I swipe over right there, all of my apps right here, which I could just access to a floating window. So if I tap on Facebook, it'll just bring it up as a floating window. Tap on something else like Instagram. Again, pops open just like that as a floating window. And if I want to, I can minimize those, push them to the side. Okay? Or just delete them. Okay? Close that out. Same thing, close that out. Or go full screen. Okay, so you got your conversation bubbles, smart suggestions, yada, yada, yada. After folding, okay, what happens after you fold the device? I like to keep the screen open, so this way, if I'm on Instagram, once I fold it up, it'll automatically take me right to what I was looking at. Okay, so that's after folding. Or you can have it go to your lock screen if you want. Okay, so you got wallpapers for foldable devices. Now you got a bunch of nice ones. Look at that. Okay, this is the one I'm using right now. I kind of like that one. Okay, of course you got your shapes and your shadows. You got floral arrangements. One thing that you don't have, and this is one of my biggest gripes from last year to this year, no super wallpapers. Y'all know how much I love the Xiaomi super wallpapers. No super wallpapers, but you do have the crystallization. Okay, so here's how the crystallization looks. You're gonna get that crystal form right there. Just download it if you want. Okay, you got a bunch of different ones. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these. It's just crystallizations. I don't even like those ones. They kind of give me the willies. They kind of give me the willies a little bit. Okay, so you got keyboard for foldable devices. You can have split screen keyboard, or you can just have one big giant one, or you can have left and right. Okay, so you got app layouts, game layouts, hover mode, optimize. Okay, there's your Bluetooth. Now you do have NFC. Okay, update your Bluetooth version. I'll do that later. Okay, again, mobile networks. There's AT&T. Interconnectivity. Okay, more connection options. Okay, there's your VPNs, private DNS, NFC, screencast. No Android Auto. Okay, you're not going to get Android Auto with the Chinese phones. Okay, wallpapers and customization. We already seen some of the wallpapers. You got a bunch of different always on displays to choose from. Okay, there's way too many to even look at in this video, but you got a lot of funky ones. Okay, and I'm not going to go through all of those. You can change your icons. Okay, change your icon size. You can change your fonts and your effects. Now, they don't have the sparkly. That's two things missing. You don't have the Xiaomi Super Wallpapers, and you don't have the sparkly one. Okay, you just got red and blue or light up the display. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on red. Okay, and again, okay, we already checked out the wallpapers. Okay, so lock screen, raise to awake, of course. Okay, double press the volume to launch a camera. That's your world star button. Notifications. Nothing to really see there. Home screen. Okay, now you can have it with the drawer or without the drawer. Display and brightness. Okay, now I got it on sunlight mode. That's going to take full advantage of the 3000 nits. Okay, for the color scheme, I got it on vivid, and I like to have mine extra cool, but you can play with those if you want. You do got reading mode for your refresh rate. If you want to, you can have it on variable, or you can force it to 120. Okay, I like to keep mine on 120. Okay, you can lock your orientation if you want. Okay, sound and touch. Excellent sound and speakers. Okay, there's your alarm volume. Nice and loud. Remember,
我是小爱同学。
okay, okay, calm down. You got Snapdragon sound. Okay, check this out. Additional sounds, okay, sound effects. Okay, so you got Dolby Atmos or Xiaomi sound. You got the custom EQ. If you want to, you could just go crazy. Now, I usually just rock out like this for the custom EQ because the phone speakers, you're not going to really notice the difference. But again, you can have custom. I like to just rock it full max. Everything on max. That's how I do it. But you do it the way you want. Okay? Headphone remote buttons, and you can assign different buttons. Fingerprint, face unlock. Okay? Side-mounted fingerprint sensor. Now, I read somewhere that people don't really like this side-mounted one. Personally, I like how Vivo did it with the on-screen. But the side-mounted one works flawlessly, in my opinion. I haven't had any issues. Okay? Second space. That's your thought protection. I'll cover that when I do the full review. Let's see, privacy and security. Okay, your location services. Everything on deck. There's all your apps. Okay, you got dual apps if you want. Scumbag. Okay, battery. 5,100 milliamps. Samsung. Okay, I keep saying Samsung, drop a big battery in the Fold and drop fast charging. 67 watt fast charging. There's no excuse to be taking an hour and 40 minutes. Okay, there's no excuse that it should take you an hour and 40 minutes to charge up your phone. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Okay, shows your screen time. Let's see anything else. You got your Mi AI. Okay, you do have some AI. Now, of course, Samsung is winning in the AI department. Additional settings. You got accessibility. If you're hearing or visually impaired, everything is on deck. Okay, you got your wallet, your gesture shortcuts. You got a screen recorder. Okay, floating windows, memory extensions. All right, so keep your apps open. You got enterprise mode, OTG, and again, second space. And a little feedback if you want. All right, so that's basically all of the settings. Now, if you swipe over once, you're not going to get your Google homepage. You're going to get these Xiaomi custom widgets, but they actually work. So you do have a search bar. You can check your weather. Now, if you're wondering why I'm down here sweating, it's 93 degrees in New York. It's very humid. We're in the midst of a little heat wave. Okay, you can also boost the speed. Okay, just like that. Clean all the RAM. You got a calendar, and check this out. Say if I want to just open straight to 35mm camera, press one button, bang, right to the 35mm camera. Say I want to do black and white, one button, right to black and white. I like these little camera widgets right here. 75mm, bang, just like that. Keep it moving. Now I got some quick apps. So say I want to just take it straight to Play Store. I can take it to my calendar. One button just like that. Okay. And you can add or delete these at your leisure. Now, if you do want Google, just press the Google button and bang, there it is. Okay, so we got the Nothing Phone 2A. That's coming this week. I got all this stuff. Like I said, I've been on vacation, so I'm a little bit behind. All right. Now, again, Just get used to that crease. It ain't gonna kill you, but what I love about this phone though is really the build quality. It's so thin, it's so light. I'm telling you, it just feels like it feels like it's missing the battery. Like it feels like if somebody gave you this, you'd be like, okay, does it have the battery? It feels like the dummy unit. You ever got a dummy phone? It feels like the dummy unit, but it actually works. Even with the Vivo. Now the Vivo has the same build quality with big outer display. Vivo has the on-screen fingerprint sensor, okay? But the Vivo is a little thicker and heavier. All right, it's a little thicker and heavier. Same thing with the OnePlus, same thing with everything else. This right here, I got to get my hands on the Honor right now. I think that's the only one that could compete. Depending on which back you get on the Honor, if you get a different back on the Honor, it's going to be 230 grams. So if you want 226, that's the sweet spot. That's the magic number, 226 grams. This is incredible. All right, let's take it over to the camera real quick. Now, this is what's going to separate this from a lot of other foldable devices, flagship cameras. Okay, now this is the Leica lenses. Okay, so you already know that's quality right there. And of course, you can switch between Leica Vibrant or Leica Authentic. I like to go with the Leica Vibrant. Okay, so you got Pro mode, change your white balance, your shutter speed, go crazy. You got movie mode. Okay, we're gonna make some movies. You got video, so wide angle, all the way up to. Okay, look at this. Okay, we got 15 times zoom. And again, you can shoot 4K, 60 frames, or 8K, 20 frames. Well, actually, only 4K. I thought it was 8K. Okay, actually, no 8K on this. 4K. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so I had the specs wrong on paper. Don't kill me, y'all. Okay, 4K. The maximum is 4K, 30 frames. Let's just zoom out just to make sure. Let's turn off HDR. Okay, yeah. Okay, so with HDR, okay, I was right. Okay, so with HDR on, the max is 4K. With it off, you got 8K, 24 frames per second. Or we can do 4K, 60 frames per second. This is my sweet spot. I like 4K, 60 frames per second. Now, for regular photos, you got wide angle all the way up to, okay, look at the zoom. We still zooming. 50 times zoom. 50 times zoom. Now, I'm going to do my usual zoom test and see if it can survive. You got portrait mode, all your different millimeters, 25, 35, 50, and 75. You got documents. And you got more. So you got night mode, 50 megapixels, short video, panorama, slow motion, dual video front and back. You got time lapse, AI watermark, long exposure, super moon, and director mode. Okay? So fully functional camera suite. All right, we're going to go crazy. Let me see if I can activate shoes. Oh, my bad, shoes. Calm down, bro. Let's see if I can get a quick shot. Do something. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, let this process. Okay, now, a little blurry right now. I might have to wipe the lenses. Let me just make sure. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Yeah, that was a little bit blurry. Psst. All right, now, these are just quick shots. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Okay. Like, again, we're going to play with the settings. Again, if you want the like Authentic or like a Vibrant, all you got to do, hit the button and go to Authentic. I mean, the camera ain't really blowing me away right now, but it is what it is. All right, it is what it is. Anyway, like I said, we got to do some real world testing. Anything else we need to check out? This is just an unboxing. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. But the big, giant outer display. Now, you do have also always on display for the inner and outer. Okay, let's see. See, face unlock. So 16 megapixels on this camera, on this one. Okay, so if you like to leave your phone like this, you're going to have your always on display rocking out like this. And when you pick it up, you got face unlock. Okay, all of my Android 14 widgets, everything looking good. Now, real quick, let me just try it one more time. The camera, is it me, y'all? The camera don't look too crazy right now. Let's do, now, of course, you do have flex mode. Okay, let's do a little flex mode shot. It could be the lighting down here, too. The camera ain't really blowing me away just yet. Oh, okay, now that looks a little bit better. That does look a little bit better. But we'll play with some of the different lighting, okay? Anyway, fresh out of the box. I've been, like I said, I haven't set this one up yet. This is fresh out of the box. But I've been using this one for a couple of days, and I used it while I was on vacation. This is right here. You know, it's a dope fold, but once you get used to using the Samsung ecosystem, Samsung DeX, you get used to using the S Pen, you get used to using the customization. It's hard to beat this one. It's hard to beat this one, but hardware-wise, this is the hardware that I like. Okay, look at the outer display. You can use your full outer display just like you're using a regular phone. Look at this. Full outer display. You're not going to have no issues. And then when you pop it open, bang, look at the Instagram. How dope is that? What is this? I'm not even going to look at that. Anyway, okay, we got the Pataka. Oh, we got these cases coming in soon, maybe this week. I need this. And if you notice, Pataka, they didn't even make an outside case. They made it specifically like this, no outside case. I like that. Okay, so Xiaomi Warlords, okay? I hope y'all appreciate this one. Look at the thinness. Besides the camera bump, look at the thinness on this. I mean, that is kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. With no case on this, you're going to rock out just like this. Anyway, this is just a quick unboxing of the Xiaomi Mix Fold 4. I do got the Xiaomi Mix Flip. Okay, is that what they calling it? The Xiaomi Flip. Okay, we're going to do the Flip next. But I want to tell y'all something. I've been using the Moto. All right, shout out to the Moto Mob. I've been using the Moto Razr. Okay, the Moto Razr Plus. I think that's my new favorite flip. The Moto Razr Plus is incredible. I love it. Anyway, this is the Xiaomi Mix Fold 4. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. And let me know if there's anything specific y'all want me to cover when I do the full review. Let's try one more thing. Yeah, the camera. You see the camera looks a little bit... Let's try HDR. Okay, HDR off. You see how it looks a little washed out right there? HDR on. Let's do Leica Vibrant. Yeah, you see certain things that's be bothering me. Yeah, I can't even end the video. Okay, that looks a little bit better. But it still looks a little bit bright. It looks a little washed out. But I got to play with the camera settings. Anyway, like I said, hit me up in the comments and let me know if there's anything specific y'all want to see. And I'll make sure I do that when I do the full review. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know, Stream Gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah, special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat, Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. Hashtag salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss, I'm back. Deuces.
Enterprise, Spock here.
Spock, one to beam up.
Affirmative, Captain. Enterprise out.
Energy.
Hey guys, Jerry Springer here. Subscribe to Flossy Carter for the real reviews. He has a tech channel on YouTube, and he already has over 2 million subscribers, so give him a look. You may like it, and it could be very useful. Take care of yourself and each other.